What's up, YouTube? It's all kind of back with another video. You feel me? Let's get into it. I'm 27 years young and I feel lost. I still feel lost. Like, I don't even know the best way to describe it. Like, I just feel lost. Like, I felt like I didn't do what I was supposed to do for me to be in an area where I wish to be. It is my fault and I accepted that. I know I'm not the only one in this world that realized like time has been wasted so much to the point where it's like I'm already 27. I'm glad that I'm 27, but I don't feel like I'm 27. All I've done so far was just work my ass off so freaking much to the point that when I wake up, it's like the day's already done. Now, I'm self-employed. I sit in the car all day, I drive and stuff like that. But the main reason why I did it is because I wanted to pursue something else. But I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wanted to be in a position of some sort of like entrepreneurship, something where I could control my own time. And it's 2025 and I'm just so surprised because I realized the first time I moved out of my parents' house was like around 2022. 2021, in between that, which is like 4 years. And you feel ambitious once you are in a position where it's like, okay, I'm moving out, I'm getting my own place, I'm taking care of myself as a man. And you go out into the world, you feel like, okay, yes, it's my first time out, I know I can do it, you have this drive. And you coming from an area where you wasn't revealed to too much hardship. Like, I was born in New York City, Staten Island, born and raised. And over there it's like an outside world. It's not until you leave. If you live in the areas like New York and California, you don't really live in the real world of the US. It's only until you move out the US that you see how the actual United States is. But like, yeah, you move out and then you feel like you feel motivated. It's like, yeah, I'm getting my own place, I got my own crib, I got my own car, I got this. You feel good, and then you start working. And then you start working, then you realize how fast time really is when you don't have liberty, right? You don't have any sort of freedom. And then you start working, and then you got bills, and then you pay all the bills, and then you realize, oh shit, in 2 weeks I gotta pay the rent or the other bills again. And you gotta keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. By the time you know it, you realize how fast time is just going. And you're getting underpaid because every job underpays you. Your boss is not paying you enough for you to actually enjoy life. They pay you enough to pay your bills and to come back to get more. And yeah, that's when I started waking up a little bit. I'm like, oh snap. I wasn't used to it because I was always used to, going home, I have fresh, clean meals every day, hang out with friends, all that. I wasn't really too used to it, but I got adapted to it. And then I start realizing, I'm like, oh snap, like being an adult is like, it's like, damn, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? And once you become an adult, you realize this. You're like, damn, like now I see what people mean is like, oh, you were like the man back then, and then now it's like you're on a whole different frequency, man. Like, I remember I used to be this optimistic person, about success. Oh, I was reading all the self-help books, improvement books. I was reading like avidly, like as if it was like my addiction, just gaining this information, gaining this wisdom, gaining the knowledge, all that stuff like that. And it made my mind very, very sharp. But then you become an adult, you're on your own, and you got major responsibilities. And then you realize you don't even have time to do the things you used to do anymore. And then eventually, if it takes over your life, being a workaholic, you start to lose that drive, you start to lose that fire. As much as you tried to bring it back so that way you could like, get back on that frequency, once you stop for a while and then you try to get back on it, and it's kind of hard to jump back into it, As you see, I don't have any friends. All my family's just like thousands of miles away from me, so I'm just here by myself. And I like where I stay at. I like where I stay at. You know, the scenery's nice. It's beautiful here. But you know, it just makes you feel like there's a void missing, you know? And after a while, like once you see how the real world is, depending on how life treats you, you start to learn about human beings, and then you start to realize that not everybody in this world is for you or is supposed to be good to you. Everybody's going through their own problems, and everybody's trying to cope with stuff. Some people are trying to find a way to vent, you know, and some people are in way worse situation than you are. That's one thing I had to learn. But the one thing uh, I'm grateful for is like I learned street smarts. You know, I like before I was all book smart, but now I'm like street smart. You know, because I am aware of what it's like to be on the road and out there all the time, and things you should do and things you shouldn't do. That's one thing I learned so far as my age of 27. But I created this YouTube channel because I mainly wanted it to be like a life coaching success channel and stuff, but I realized I'm like, am I even that person anymore? You know, like you start to think, you start to really think and be like, yo, like the person I was before at this high vibration and stuff. I feel like I slowly faded off of that, you know? Now, I'm not saying that I'm reflecting on the past. You should never look at it. The past is the past. You want to focus on what's now. You shouldn't focus on the future. You want to focus on what is happening now. You focus on the past, you focus on the future, it can kind of mess up what's happening now. That's why I learned to slow time down, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to just be like work, 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 work. But I'm like, why don't I just focus on what's in front of me right now, you know? I know this topic is a little bit left to right and stuff, but my point is this: I just feel a little lost, man. Like, do you guys feel this way too? Because it's like I feel like I have the ability to do whatever it is that I want with my life. You know, like I feel like if I choose something and I devote to it, like I feel like I could really achieve it. I feel like I could really do my best at it. But trying to figure out what it is the hard part. It's like solving a puzzle, you know? You know, some people right now are in relationships, traveling, having fun at a very young age. And bro, they are killing it. But there's some people that's literally working 80 hours a week all the time in their lives, their 20s. The 20s to the early 30s, like I said, is the best period that you could have. You know, you look youthful, you look great, but when that time goes and goes and goes and you no longer have enough time anymore, where you start losing the looks, the beauty starts to fade, the body starts to like, you know, slow down on, you know, building the physique, and, you know, maybe you haven't started that business yet, so you're not financially there yet. You start to really think, like, especially when you're in your mid-20s. It wasn't until like my mid-20s, so I was like 25, that I actually started to like really, really start being a little bit responsible when it comes to life, you know? So yeah, I do feel like I need a little bit of help, man. I feel like I do need like some sort of like guidance, you know what I'm saying? Like not on some like oh desperate level. It's like I just feel like I need to find that hidden piece. Like it's like I've personally just been moving a lot. Like the wheels is running, but I'm not going anywhere. That's the thing what I've realized I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, and I pray you don't make that same mistakes. Like I feel like I was just moving. Like I got the engine running, like the car is running, I'm pressing the gas, but the transmission is on neutral. You know? So Yeah, that's what happens when you have lack of direction. And some people may say, "Oh, you don't know what you want." Listen, that's not the case. You ain't perfect more than I am. We go through the same thing too. You probably thinking about something as well. We're all trying to figure it out. You know, we all trying to figure it out. Now, I don't suggest we waste our time doing it. Like all I know is like once I figure out what it is that I really, really, really want to follow and devote to, like I know I can do my best, but it's just like figuring it out, man. Cause like if you're a Gen Z, you're probably around the ages of like 24 to like 29, right? You're like right there. Uh, our generation is like all over the place. Some of us is really successful. Some of us is like workaholic. Some of us are just in a bad position, and we're like scrambled in a jar. It's like of all different types of like pieces, and yeah, it's like we're like the most confused group out of all the generations. We're like the most confusing one, you know. But yeah, it's just that like life has just been. I'm not saying I've been getting my ass kicked. It's like man, it's like I wake up in the morning and it's like I'm not even sad. I'm not even sad. I'm not angry. I'm not happy. It's just like I just feel like blank, like the blank emoji. Just like like can you believe I went out one time and I was just looking around. I went out to like near the metro area and I was just looking around and stuff and I was just like, man, like everybody is just going somewhere. Everybody's on going somewhere, but nobody actually stops to stare and look around what's happening. Like that's why I recommend like if you're somebody that's a workaholic, like I am, I have not stopped working at all. Like I work every single day. Every single day, morning to night, 6 a.m. all the way till like 9. Like I'm always outside, man. And I realized that was one of the major big mistakes I ever made. I live in a major city, so cost of living is a little bit higher, and I didn't know that, but I like it here. I like it here. It's comfy. The weather is great. But it's like you got to be really, really like you really have to be really responsible in order for you to get yourself right. But like I said, like I made YouTube videos. Some of the videos I deleted because I just felt like that wasn't the niche I was looking for. But I know I'm not the only one going through this. It's like I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm almost there, but it's like it's like you have the pieces of the puzzle, but you're missing like maybe like two or one more piece that you gotta find, or like three more pieces you gotta find and it's complete. It's like you're right there, but it's like, you know, um, yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I just feel like I'm just really, really behind in life right now. And this is another thing I gotta say. It's like social media, man. Social media can like this is why I see why people be like, oh, stop looking at Instagram, stop looking at TikTok, because you start seeing people's lives, people like 22, 23 driving the nice cars, supercars, and counting money, and taking care of their families and doing all this stuff. And I see why they say that, because it makes you question like, what are you doing? Now, at my age, most people are having kids. Most people are like going out, having relationships and stuff. I don't have a relationship. I'm just all by myself. I'm all to myself. Some people are like, why don't you get one? I'll be honest with you. This is what I think. I think you should only be in a relationship once you got yourself together. Once you got yourself together, I don't got myself together just yet. Like you don't want to be in a relationship and you don't got yourself together, and then, now you have to deal with this part, and it's wasting more time. Now some people are saying, oh bro, I don't got my stuff and I still got something. That's cool. That's cool. Everybody's different, man. Don't take it personal. Everybody's different. But I generally do believe, like, if I was to be in a relationship, I would like to be in a position where we can build experiences with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, all right, I'm going out I wake up 6 all the way in the morning. I come home at like 8:30 at night, and then she like nah, that's not a good idea, But yeah, I just wanted to put this video out there because this is just generally how I feel, and I know somebody else could relate to this. Like, please put in the comments below, like, but what is your situation like? Are you 27 years young and you still feel like you're in the abyss or in the purgatory of life where you could do something with your life? You feel like you could do something, but it's like you don't know what it is. It's like you're looking for the directions. Like you're on a two-way crossroads, yeah, let me hear your insight too, man. This is just a short video, but thanks for watching, and comment down below, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.